Good morning. Welcome to our Bird Notes. There are some pieces of music that stay with you, and not just for their being great works of art. These pieces resonate somewhere in the memory for the thrill of discovery when the mind and emotions are brought up short with the beauty of it all. Likewise, there are some birds that, when first seen, stay in the memory for that same sort of thrill of discovery. These experiences are different for each person, of course. Mine include the sighting of a male hooded warbler one May morning about 50 years ago, a golden oriole somewhere in a forest somewhere in Switzerland, and a Blackburnian warbler in a shaft of sunlight on a sweet gum tree. And then there's the red-headed woodpecker. This bird resides in almost every bird book, so it's very familiar with its distinctive red, black, and white markings. But as dramatic as the bird is on the page, it's even more so in life. I first saw one when I was quite young, and I still get excited when I encounter this bird. The colors and patterns are striking, its demeanor just as assertive. Most woodpeckers are red-headed to some degree, some with red crests, some with red patches on the back of the head, and the endangered red-cockaded woodpecker with a barely visible red mark on the cheek. But the red-headed woodpecker deserves the name for its fully and richly red head, males and females alike, which offers a striking contrast with the rich black and the bright white. Audubon described the red-headed woodpecker, in rather human terms, as gay and frolicsome, whose whole life is one of pleasure. They find, he said, superabundance of food everywhere. And indeed, the red-headed woodpecker is the most omnivorous of woodpeckers, feeding on all kinds of seeds and nuts and berries and insects, as well as an occasional egg. And it's been reported they even eat small vertebrates. It's also one of only 4 woodpeckers known to store food, and the only one known to actually cover up the food with bark or wood. But getting food is only one part of surviving. Unfortunately, the populations of this once abundant bird have been steadily declining, due probably to a competition for nest sites in dead trees from the starling, as well as the clearing away of those trees, and perhaps for some other reasons that we don't yet understand. So now, the thrill and the remembrance of the thrill of seeing this bird come less often, but with no less impact, and perhaps even more.